Greetings viewers, this is Monotone Maverick coming at you with another video. And today we'll be unboxing the Iron Spider by Morstorm. Now, as you all know, whenever I review or open a box of a new kit I'll be building, I tend to do a little bit of background of the kit or character, or just really a good idea of where this originated from. Now, if you don't know who Spider-Man is, then I suggest you go out get out more. But in this case, though, the Iron Spider has some takeaways. Actually, has some different areas or different forms of media of his history. For those of you who are familiar with the Marvel movies as of late, the Iron Spider actually originated in. Well, before I continue, spoiler alert, but the Iron Spider originated in the ending of Spider-Man Homecoming back in 2017. However, it didn't really, we haven't really seen the Iron Spider in action until Avengers Infinity War in 2018. But if you can look at this box, this is the Avengers Endgame version, but really there is no difference between the Infinity War and Endgame. But it's just where this is where it's featured in Avengers Endgame, which was released in 2019. For the record, I highly recommend you watch all the movies I've mentioned thus far. I will say the newer Spider-Man movies, and especially in the MCU, were definitely one of my favorite ones, but the original back in 2002, I'm going to say, with Tobey Maguire still holds a place in my heart. Now, when I mentioned word in the movies, I forgot to mention that the Iron Spider was actually gifted to Peter Parker by Tony Stark. Now, in the comics, though, that has not really changed much as it was in the movies. So, the Iron Spider was given to Peter Parker, as I mentioned, by Tony Stark. It was mostly used during the Civil War arc, I would say. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Civil War arc in the comics, you can just watch the you can even watch the movie Captain America Civil War. Basically, it was just you could say a difference of opinion between Tony Stark and Captain America. That's basically what really it is. Now, to discuss more about the Iron Spider suit, I had to do some research, and there's a few things I was not aware of. I did know, however, that when the Iron Spider suit was first introduced in the comics, it wasn't like how it's shown here in the box. Now, this version, as you can see in front of you, was actually in the movies, as I mentioned before. However, in the comics, though, the color scheme was different. It was mostly red and gold due to that was made by Tony Stark, and of course, the Iron Man suit is made of the colors of crimson red and gold. In case you want a good indication of that, just look up Iron Man, or you can just look my recent video when I was reviewing the Iron Man Mark 46. But yes, in the comics, it was mostly red and gold. However, there was actually 3 duplicates of the armor in this part of the comics. From what I've gathered, the 3 duplicates of the armor were created by members of the Scarlet Spiders. Only one of these armors escaped destruction during the Squall invasion. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Squall, a good indicator would actually be from the movie Captain Marvel. But moving on, this is a spoiler alert for those who read the comics, but following the death of Michael and Vane, Patrick was the only individual to currently use the armor as Scarlet Spider. Now, Patrick, or Michael Von Patrick, is actually a clone of Peter Parker that was introduced in Earth 616. Now, in Marvel, there were many different universes. I guess you can say parallel universes. So there was a different Spider-Man here, different Spider-Man there. There is a certain meme out of Spider-Man pointing at a Spider-Man. Um, and it just goes to show just how big the multiverse truly is, which is another good indication of, in case for those of you who have not seen Spider-Man No Way Home. So that's another good movie to watch. I highly suggest. Definitely really introduces the whole multiverse. Now, a little bit more history about the suit. As I mentioned, there were a few clones that actually used the Iron Spider suit, but actually, there was a moment that Mary Jane Watson actually used the suit. So Peter Parker and Tony Stark were captured, and Tony Stark would recall that he kept a copy of the Iron Spider, and so Mary Jane was on a rescue mission and wanted to rescue them, and she actually found where the Iron Spider was and used the suit to rescue Tony Stark and Peter Parker. Now, luckily, in this part of the story, Mary Jane was actually working for Tony Stark, hence why she was able to search for the Iron Spider and use it to save Tony and Peter Parker. There are many other features of the history. Basically, the Iron Spider was, as I mentioned, that was part of Earth 1610, Earth 12041, like I mentioned before, multiverse. And if you want to read more about it, by all means, there might be some things I'm unsure or have not mentioned about the Iron Spider. But for those Marvel fans, hey, I would say the Iron Spider is definitely one of my favorite suits personally, aside from, of course, the original suit. I can't deny that a nice red pattern, red and blue Spider-Man suit looks pretty good. But that's enough about the history of the Iron Spider. Let's get straight to the box, shall we? So as I mentioned, this is from the Avengers Endgame, but really this suit is originally from the ending of Spider-Man Homecoming, but wasn't really used until Spider-Man Infinity War. So here is, like I said, this is by Morstorm. So I had a little signature there on the bottom right. And this is a 1/9 scale plastic kit. And I will say I do really like the front art here. Really has the Iron Spider has a nice pose there. With this, I guess you can say, chrome spider legs on the back. Nice little print here, like a back image of the Iron Spider. So I really do like that. And if you get like a closer look, you can tell from here some different areas of how the figure is going to move. So, and position, and with all this articulation. So really looking forward to see how that's going to turn out. So I do want to apologize before I continue is that there might be some dents in the box. Well, unfortunately, when I got this delivered, I guess shipping and handling wasn't the greatest, but I care more about it because there's any broken pieces of the pieces inside, so I care more about that. But as you can see here, some nice poses. Iron Spider, the talons, I call them legs. There is another feature here, some nice effect part with it shooting a web. I believe this looks like it's another LED feature, so it can either like light up like white or red. So looking forward to that. And combine action with this one, and this is actually the Mark 50. So perhaps that's a foreshadow. Okay, side of the box, just like the front. And the other side, the front view, and there's a back view. And it shows here that it actually has 4 talons and other effect parts. So you see a web, some string of web, and I can't tell. I won't say there's another web effect part, but I can't really tell from what it's supposed to be. I want to say whenever it's just whenever it shoots its web. This is a little bit interesting though. So it says here, Iron Spider employs the LED lights, clusters of magnetic switches, and the light clusters can be switched on or off by placing the magnetic stick that comes with the product at the lower back of its neck, which is pretty interesting. Whereas the Iron Man Mark 46, my last Marvel kit, be sure to check out those videos. Only had a button, and this one is a magnetic stick. So yeah, that'd be interesting to turn on and off the lights. And another side view, just like the front. And that's about it with the box. But let's get straight to what everyone's waiting for, the unboxing. So, oh, that's kind of tight. Okay. A nice little Avengers symbol there. Just like the Mark 46. So, remove that. And here we have the instructions. So just like other kits I built, this is basically a mailing sheet in case you need some new pieces or replacement pieces. So some nice images here, front and back view, showing the lights here. Looks like it can actually have his eyes squinted, so that'd be interesting. The kill-in one-shot mode, so basically red eyes. And here's the pages for the runners, so let's see. So I'm just counting the runners. Looks like there's around 22, 23. So I'll say good amount, definitely. Here's our, I don't know if you can tell here, but it just shows all the different hands you can get. Here's that head light, the LED system. So look forward to how that's going to turn out, especially with the magnetic stick. And it looks like there's some metal framework pieces, so that'd be interesting to use. And just like how the Iron Man instructions were, it starts off with the head, then the chest. Looks like a lot of pieces for the main body. The waist unit, the arms. Very good. The legs, and I can tell from here this is where the metal pieces are coming in. So there's the, yep, I think both of them are actually come, yeah, for the legs. So that'll be interesting there. More about the legs, the assembly, and looks like this is where the talons will get assembled. Some of the effect parts and the base. So it doesn't seem too complex, but it also looks pretty exciting too. So looking forward to all that. And very nice poses. Very good. Now on to this. Here are the labels for the base. So Iron Spider. Here are the metal pieces and the headlights. Here, looks like there's a few runners actually in here. Looks like some parts for the body. Some gold pieces too for the body as well. Here's the web. And ooh, I don't know if you can tell from this, but the red here looks like a very nice, very bright, shiny, high gloss, metallic red, which looks really cool. I'm so looking forward to see how this is going to look all put together. Here are the hands, the screwdriver, super glue too. That's interesting. Here's that magnetic stick in there. Pieces for the action base, and looks like more pieces for the action base. I think these pieces inside might be for the arms or legs, I want to say. More pieces for the legs, more gold here. Here's the big piece for the action base. And this gold, and just by looking at this, the gold here looks more like a yellowish gold. So I'm gonna take a closer look when I open these up, just to see if I need to paint them. Hopefully not, because I mean, when I built the Iron Man one, it actually turned out pretty well. So I'll take a closer look at these. If need be, I'll paint over them. And looks like there are more pieces here. I want to say these are for the arms. Pretty interesting. And I can tell here, but these red and black pieces here are actually for the eyes, or that near one-shot mode. Oh, and here's the white eyes. So, and of course the very strong cable for the action base. And that's about it. So there you have it. Definitely have my work cut out for me on this one. I don't think it should be too problematic. I know the Iron Man Mark 46 took some time because of the drone, but I think this one shouldn't be that bad. But I also feel like it's going to be just as complex. But we shall see. But I'm also very excited because Spider-Man was one of my favorite heroes growing up. So actually building a kit, I'm kind of like I'm really excited. I'm so excited I can't even construct sentences properly. But needless to say, just looking forward to it. So till then, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone of the non-binary, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for many more video updates. There are 2 videos here. Hopefully you take a gander at those. If you like this, you probably like many other videos and figures and kits that I have reviewed before. In case you want to follow me on other social media platforms, I have an Instagram and Reddit account, links down below. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again. And until next time, keep on building.